I was trying to open everything now.
I just watched the T-Rex and Indominus Rex eat somebody in the video game Jurassic World Evolution, and they started fighting each other.
What was that?
The Jurassic Park Builder game, Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh.
Your dinosaurs can break out and actually eat people in your park.
Well, I would hope so. I mean,
And then they start fighting other dinosaurs.
that's good.
Yeah. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Discount Gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Iron Business 01.
Mortimer Smith.
Mr. Blue, no damn.
Macaulay.
Karak Besh.
So what's everybody up to?
I don't know. I think Brian's been watching a lot of Dragon Ball this week.
Yes, and we did say we were touching on that subject this time.
Actually,
We'll stay
just
away
found
from
out
cowboy boots this week.
I'm on season 5, which doesn't really matter. It's all pretty, like.
So you're entering the Android saga.
Yeah. We already met most of the androids.
Has it already done the flashback to Trunks' timeline yet?
I watched the I guess the Trunks saga,
The history of Trunks
yeah.
movie?
But other than that, not really. We haven't gotten like in the actual show itself.
Well, the show won't ever flash back to his actual timeline. You
Yeah.
actually have to watch History of Trunks, which is a full movie they made about
Yeah.
his timeline.
Yeah, I watched that just before getting into, I guess, the whole android and stuff.
Hey, which version of Dragon Ball is this?
This is the Z. He's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
original. He's watching the original before he watches the abridged.
Yeah.
Because then he is going to watch the abridged in all the movies.
It's just shorter, right?
It's shorter and funny. It's adult. It's more adult.
Like
Yeah.
not 10 episodes of fighting one
Oh,
guy.
yeah, I
No,
was
no,
gonna
they
fight,
did.
yeah.
You know, the Frieza fight, how it took like, I think in the actual saga it was what, 12 episodes, something like that for Goku
Something
and
like
Frieza.
that, yeah.
And Dragon Ball Z abridged, it's 4. They
I
cut
don't even
out
think
a
it's
lot.
that long.
No, it's 4. The last part has 3 different parts. It's episode 30, part 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And then there's the prequel before he goes Super Saiyan.
They go to Avatar on what, Hulu?
It's
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix,
Last
yeah.
Airbender?
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah.
I got like 2 episodes into that.
Oh.
I
So
haven't seen
who's your favorite character so far in DBZ?
Right now, it'd probably have to be fucking Piccolo. I think.
Piccolo?
Yeah, but
That's-
I still don't see his beef with Kami yet. I know that that they're supposed to be like the same person, but
Eh.
it's I don't know.
Mhm.
But I like Piccolo. I like his attitude.
I should have known you'd be a Piccolo fan.
At
Yeah.
this point in where you are at, my favorite character is Gohan.
He just seems still like a whiny bitch.
At this point,
Yeah.
bitch, please.
Well, after where he's at, I don't tend to stick with Gohan
Oh,
anymore.
that's right, because he goes to adults.
Yeah. Kid Gohan and Teen Gohan, fucking love them.
Bash doesn't like adults. He likes teenagers and kids.
We here at Discount Gaming do not condone child violence. We do, however, find it hilarious. Stop fighting me.
So yeah, I just started season 5 today.
Nice.
Cheesecake.
Oh, I will. You're trying to make me look fat on camera.
He even scooted out the
I even
for
turned
you.
this-
Yeah,
Strawberry
yeah, I
one.
know.
Your kid went to reach for one of those. I smacked his hand. I said, "You can have chocolate or regular."
So, how are you liking Avatar so far?
Well, I think I've seen these 2 episodes before because I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, but I've never gotten past that. That's on is on Hulu. Is it wrong to pick up?
Chicks in the Dungeon?
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
ever actually seen the show?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the original.
Yeah, we after watching How to Be an Adventurer so many times, we finally decided, it's like, I wonder what the actual one is like. So,
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just the complete opposite of the abridged series. Though.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the one getting hit on by everybody. And they released the teaser trailer and new intro for the next season
Oh, I know.
of How to Be an Adventurer abridged.
When I was happy, I finally finished Westworld. And that was amazing. But that was what I was focused on mostly.
Nice.
I
Nice.
still need to watch that.
It's good.
Have you finished season 3?
No, not yet.
No. It gets really
I
good.
finished. I finally finished 2. I think 1 is still my favorite, just because like the crazy plot twists. Because it's one of those like you have your speculations, but then like the end of the season comes and you just whatever speculations you have, they just get thrown out of the water.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting turn, like how you haven't seen season 3, but Dolores takes a whole different, like, she just changes her perspective on
Really?
life. Yeah, she explains that she was like mad at first, but then now she's like understanding of like
So she's going for rather than against now, or I'm still gonna watch it. You're not gonna spoil anything for me.
She
Spoiler
wants them
alert.
to be free, I guess, in a sense. Like
She what?
She wants everybody to be free, like to be able to live freely. So that's her end goal, basically.
Nice.
So there's a few really good like plot twists in this. And,
Really? Nice.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying that like 2 was kind of slow compared to the way 1
Yeah.
started out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one started off kind of slow, but like once it got moving, it didn't slow down.
But this one, best season so far.
Nice.
Have they confirmed a season 4 yet?
I'm pretty sure though.
I don't know. It leaves it up in the air. Like you want to say there's definitely gonna be a season 4, but I haven't heard anything official.
If they don't, like, could they have ended it?
They definitely set it up like for a season 4, but I guess it could end.
Yeah, if it ends there, I wouldn't be like dissatisfied, other than not knowing that it was ending.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of problems with a lot of the TV shows right now
Yeah.
because of everything. They haven't been able to get in studio. Like,
Yeah.
we watch Grey's Anatomy, and they just posted season 15 on Netflix, and we just finished it in like 3 days. We watched the whole damn thing. And now season 16 was scheduled to air this month, but they haven't even started shooting it yet. So now they're
Oh, wow.
saying they probably won't be able to get the first episode out until the end of October.
So we're gonna be stuck watching reruns.
Season 17. We got done with season 16.
Okay, there you go. Wrong seasons.
The Bachelor. That's
If
what I said.
you
That's what I
if you
said,
like
sure.
old timey TV shows, and if you want something that'll keep you busy for quite a while,
Sanford and Son.
Hell on Wheels.
Hmm?
Hell on Wheels on Netflix. It's 12 seasons, but it's like 30 episodes a season. And it takes you back and it explains how, like, back when Abe Lincoln was president, how they built
yeah,
the
that's
Continental Railroads across, like, Nebraska and Michigan and
it's
all
the
those.
Gold Rush and all that.
And
That's
it's,
cool.
and it's just,
There's 12 seasons of that already.
mm-hmm.
I watched like
Netflix
the
only
first
has
season.
5.
Now,
What about Hulu?
Take a look.
I think there's 12 seasons. Maybe 10. But the first season, it takes a minute to get into it because it's a really slow start. But I had him sit down and watch it, and I just started him up in season 2, and he absolutely loved it.
It was a good series. I just haven't picked it up and watched it again.
Nice.
A lot of it has to do with there's just so many things out right now that we're trying to keep up
Yeah.
with. Like Rust Valley, Restores.
A lot of the
We
car
watched
shows.
Rust Valley.
Yeah.
That show's
Well,
awesome.
what's that other one? You and I were talking about it. It's Gotham City
Gotham
Garage.
Garage.
Gotham City Garage.
That show is
Yeah,
badass.
we watched all of that too.
I didn't see that.
But that's where we learned about the tag and go
Mhm.
races.
Yeah.
Where it's like a destruction derby, but it's like a NASCAR race meets destruction derby, and you have to slam into your opponent before you could pass them. It's a real racing circuit.
That's crazy. How fast are they going? Are they going NASCAR speeds?
They're
sure.
120, 130, 140. They're running El Caminos and Monte Carlo SSs with the 350.
That's the only thing that makes me sad is like I love the El Camino, and just to see somebody buy one just to wreck it, that would make me so sad.
Like on the final episode of Rust Valley, they were doing a derby race and they pulled out what was it?
It was a 66 El Camino SS, and then they took the frame off and reinforced it with solid steel bars all the way around. And then they solid steel barred around the entire body. And then they put a 454 big block.
Jesus. Well, you'd probably have to have it with that much metal.
And
Well-
then a giant ass set of wheels on it. And that thing went through 5 radiators before the race was over.
Jesus Christ.
It kept hitting everything.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
But the guy who won it used a 97 Crown Vic police escort.
Oh, I can see that.
But no.
He
But
cheated.
yeah,
He
in
used
guidelines,
nitrous.
you're not supposed to have nitro in your car. You're only supposed to build it like out of
That
scratch.
sounds extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
Right.
and he had
I
Hauling
think-
ass with nitro and purposely hitting each other?
Yeah.
the way he had it installed is it was in the center of the car,
Right,
Right.
next to him?
right in between the seats, but it was cased over. So you couldn't
couldn't
see
see
it unless
it.
you look underneath the car, then you could see the lines coming out for it.
That's
But he still won because they didn't find out until after the race that it was there.
Oh, fuck that. I would have stripped it.
And do they set up their cars like differently? Like, do they put the motor in the back and stuff like that, or no?
It's the same way, however the car comes. Because
Um,
you're not. The only thing you're allowed to change is the.
I'm starting to see more and more errors with this.
Right? Well, that's
The
why
only
when
thing
the
you're allowed
five
to change
radiators.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing you're allowed to change is the reinforcements of the frame and the body. You're not allowed to modify the vehicle outside of stock specs.
But it could be death proof.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And like 2 to 3 before the final, when they do the derby thing, they bring out a old '56 GMC truck.
Ooh.
In the motor itself, they put a Corvette motor with a jet engine turbo. It,
Yeah. That truck took off. It goes. And
God
it
damn.
just goes.
and like he didn't even
Left the
want to
truck behind
sell it.
and it just went.
Right?
And the
Oh, dude! In Gotham Garage, they did. They took a speedboat, and they dropped a Corvette V10 Crossfire in it, and then they manufactured the rear end of the boat to look like a Corvette, and the front end to have the
Oh,
Corvette.
what movie is that
headlights.
from? That's from an old movie.
No idea.
And
Oh.
dude, that fucking boat hit the water, and it was gone. They sold that boat for $197,000 and only spent $40,000 building it.
Jesus Christ.
You know, some dudes running drugs in that in Miami.
Right? No shit.
That boat's nobody's catching it.
Exactly.
That Crossfire, the V10 from the Corvettes and Vipers, there's like it's a fuse between the Viper and Corvette motor.
Mhm.
So it's got the V10 Viper, but it's a Crossfire like the Corvettes. They completely modded the motor.
and
That was man.
on Rust Valley they brought out a Cuda.
Oh,
Yeah, he was telling me.
That Cuda was fucking gorgeous. But we watched shows like that, and we watched Grey's Anatomy. What else have we watched? We keep up with The Good Doctor.
Yeah,
That's a
I'll be
good
behind
show.
on that one.
That's a really
I like
good
that
show.
show.
Have you guys been keeping up with Rick and Morty?
No, I have not watched the new season yet.
No.
I have to watch it when she's not in there because she doesn't like it.
No.
Or he can watch it when I'm sleeping because I sleep through every fucking
Yeah,
thing.
she gets annoyed with it.
Why? You just don't like the animation.
Well,
or-
I realized that a lot of the characters, like Pickle Rick and everybody, if you look back at it from the cartoons, like Pickle Rick is the cucumber off VeggieTales, just adult.
Yeah, that's
Version.
yeah, that's the point.
And I was like, it's just
It's just they parody everything.
it,
Oh, there, watch VeggieTales.
It's a.
it's a kid's cartoon.
No, I know what it is. I've never watched it.
yeah, it's what is it? It's a kid's Christian cartoon.
Celery.
Wait, lost my hairbrush.
Yep. Yep.
Gotta be. VeggieTales.
Oh man, I can't remember the rest of that song. The hairbrush, yeah, the hairbrush song.
That's what I was trying to think of. Like, is that how it goes? Something about a hairbrush.
But I
And it's
realized
gone.
that like a lot of the TV shows, and there's a new one that they just made. It's like alien
Oh, yeah.
space one that I,
watched
see
the
on
first
commercials.
episode of that. I was like, I don't know about this
And I realized that like a
one.
lot
Solar
of
Opposites or something?
Oh yeah.
yeah, solar opposites.
I haven't finished it. I know we were talking about it last
Yeah,
time.
it's funny.
Oh,
Didn't get
and
into it.
have any of you seen? I know he has. Have any of you guys seen Inuyasha?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Okay, so they're doing a complete prelude to the series, and
Well,
then they're redoing the
Yeah.
entire series.
Odie?
Well, is it gonna have the same voice actors or?
It's supposed to have the same voice actors.
Because there's only
and
one person that can say Inuyasha.
It's supposed
like
to be
that.
like when they did Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it was just basically a remake of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh. Who is that?
Where basically Dragon Ball Z Kai is just a complete remake of Dragon Ball Z. All voice
Yeah.
actors, same storyline. They just cut out a bunch of filler. They're gonna do that with the new Inuyasha. So
Oh.
it's gonna be a prelude. It tells
Yeah.
you about
Inuyasha was
and-
mostly filler.
yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the time it does cut to the actual story, you're so lost. But
right? Because
Like-
if you didn't watch all 7 movies before that story takes
Yeah.
place, then you have no freaking clue what's going on. They're trying to remedy that.
Yeah, the last thing I remember was when he went into hell.
Oh,
What's up, Thomas? He's watching us.
It's high as
Oh
fuck.
my god.
but yeah, there's that. That's news coming out. Dr. Stone was pushed until the end of next month to be released for season 3.
That's
or
on my
season
queue.
2.
ooh, it's good.
Oh, dude, it's
I
so good.
haven't watched it.
Honestly, I think you especially would really get into it.
You know what I'm waiting?
New news from Overlord, season 5? 5, right? 4. I don't remember what season
4.
1. 4?
Yeah, because there's only 3 right now.
January 2021. It's a long way away, but January 2021.
Oh, I'm still
Guess
down
what
for it.
comes out at the end of the year?
What?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on
The
Titans.
new
Really?
season is
Yes.
Nice.
officially announced for the end of the year.
That's when the new season for Castlevania is releasing.
And then you guys probably don't watch it, but Demon Slayer's new season starts in
We
December.
were supposed to get into that.
I couldn't.
Wait
Like,
until
I-
the English comes out. Apparently, the English is 100 times better than Jap. It's one of the only animes that has ever gotten acclaimed to have better dub than sub.
Interesting.
Yeah. Apparently,
I mean,
it's
I'll-
easier to keep up with the story in dub than it is in sub.
I think Goblin Slayer comes out at the end of this year too.
December too. Yeah.
I mean, I'll try watching it again in English because there's a lot that happens really
Yeah.
fast.
Well, keep in mind though, try not to picture Kirito, because it's the voice actor for Kirito.
See, I never would have known until like now that you said it. I'm gonna be picturing.
You would know the second you heard that dude's voice, because it's the abridged Kirito, not the regular
Oh,
Kirito.
Original.
They cast him as the actual
Really?
voice. Yeah, for
Nice.
whatever his name is. I don't remember his name. I don't even remember his sister's name at this point. Neku or Nesku or whatever. I don't know. The one that for when this Demon Slayer started, the picture of the sister for Demon Slayer was everywhere. She has the mouth, the piece in her mouth
Yeah,
that's
the,
tied
the
behind her.
scroll.
It's to keep her from biting because she's technically a demon.
Yeah, she was fucking everywhere, dude. There were artists that I followed that would put out pictures of her. And,
There's a bunch of cosplay.
yeah, and I was like, I don't know who this is.
I think her name is Neko or Nico, something like that. But I haven't really. I got past what episode 8 or 9
Oh, I didn't make it past 2.
because the action scenes are fucking beautiful. The combat is amazing, especially when they're doing their finishing moves and shit like that. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. But the storyline is just like fucking everywhere. Because in translation, you're reading stuff and it doesn't make any fucking sense, like at all.
You're saying from the sub version.
From the sub, it makes no sense with what you're watching, and that's what they said that the problem is the sub didn't stick with,
Maybe that's why I couldn't get into it.
because the sub is, they said the dub actually translates to what's going on screen. You're watching combat and yelling and screaming at each other, but in the freaking subs, you don't understand why they're yelling and screaming because it never said anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of. I know it's gonna offend a lot of people, but I'm not a big fan of the sub.
Yeah.
I don't mind subbed or dubbed, but it's one of those like I have to watch it a couple times.
Yeah, because I don't read that fast. Like it takes. me
I
forever.
do, but I find myself like just paying attention to the text and not what's actually going
It
on.
really
Yeah,
depends
that's-
on the series to me, because Attack on Titan is a really good anime on either one, but I prefer the sub because the dub doesn't translate the story.
I know that there's a difference between like how the characters are acting,
Mhm.
like how they
Well,
express.
for instance, Goku. In dub, Goku in the dub version, Goku is a like a Superman styled character. He's not completely idiotic.
Mm.
But if you watch the sub, he is a goddamn idiot.
Yeah.
And he,
Yeah.
Retarded.
so, you know the fight with Frieza, right?
Mhm.
In the dub, Goku's fighting Frieza to defend his friends in Namek. In the sub, he specifically went to Namek to challenge Frieza because he wanted a fight. He doesn't care about anything. That's the two different types of
That's
characters.
interesting.
Vegeta.
I would never see him like that.
Yeah. Oh, you will if you watch the abridged, because
Yeah.
they perpetrate him perfectly to the Japanese.
He's so dumb, and I
He's
love it.
retarded, and all he cares about is fighting and food, and that is actually how he is in the sub.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Y'all are over here all concentrated on the Dragon Ball story, and there's like a gnat, and he's just crawling, and I go,
Oh, I thought she was. I was like, why is she bleeding on my cigarettes? I didn't.
no.
But
I thought she was gonna
the
make
same
fun of
thing
him.
with Vegeta. In the sub, Vegeta's not completely like as evil. He's more of I've got a chip on my shoulder. I have to prove something.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of Dragon Ball Z, when you first meet Vegeta, he's a complete total. Just I'm evil.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
I'm gonna kill whatever I see.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
that's
not
in
like that
way.
in the sub.
Wait till you see him in abridged.
Oh, yeah. Bitch, I'm adorable.
Yeah, like just the transactions between him and Goku in the abridged series is
Oh,
so
yeah.
great.
Yeah, and then we completely like went over the fact that him and fucking Bulma had sex. Like,
Yeah.
like there was a
Yeah.
complete 2
It
years.
was just
or
like
something
this,
like that, 2 year
and now
gap
we
or
have a kid.
something like that.
Gallic,
You're right.
gun. God, yeah, you gotta watch the abridged when you can. Like, you can at least watch the first season, or no,
The
first
first
and second season.
And where do they have that one on?
On
YouTube.
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 Straight
Yeah.
up YouTube,
Okay.
just Team 4-Star.
Yeah, you can just go to YouTube and just Dragon Ball Z abridged here. Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z abridged.
Just watch season 1 and season 2,
Hold on.
and you can watch that because you've already seen the actual stuff in the series, and you'll understand. You'll understand Goku's
It'll be
character a lot. You'll understand everyone's character a lot better.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and save that.
Add this to my watch list.
To be fair, the abridged series, I think, with all the movies and everything, is 4 hours and 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I watched it on our drive here.
Well, I think the episode or it was like 11 hours or something like that.
The one that I put on there is an hour and 26 minutes for,
That's just
for season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Um,
But dude, yeah, that's my whole thing
Oh,
with
wow.
what?
11 hours, 30 minutes.
Oh,
and 32
that's the
seconds.
movies
yeah.
and everything. Then.
Yeah,
that's
that's like
that's
everything.
everything put together.
As long as it's in order, then
That's all the sagas
is.
and
Is it,
stories.
As long as you don't
and-
lose your place.
Is it the full movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah, it's everything in order. Yeah, the movies, every episode, it puts the, and the way that they did it. So you watch Bardock, right? The father of Goku.
I watched it, but it was kind of shitty quality also on YouTube.
Yeah. So technically, that doesn't exist in the canon universe. Do you know
Yeah.
what canon is?
The list I was going off of, it just said like for crazy people who want to just watch everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like
So-
I noticed that a lot of the movies were basically just movie versions of what was coming out in the show, right?
Not all of it, no.
No.
But Bardock is technically the movies you watched. He's non-canon, means it was fan made.
Oh, I'm having problems with my internet. I don't know if it's us or just my phone.
It might be the Wi-Fi
Mhm.
because I had to take mine out.
I'm not on the Wi-Fi, so I don't know. I don't ever get on the Wi-Fi when we're recording.
We still have bars. Well, I still have bars.
At the end of season, what was it? Season 3 of
Even
Attack on
even
Titans?
even season 1 and 2 is 5 hours and 20 minutes.
It should have the movies in there though too.
Yeah, because season 1 and 2 together, it's only like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours at the
Yeah.
max. But that's
Yeah,
probably
because each
including.
episode's only 15 minutes tops.
But that's-
Sometimes 20.
That's probably including the movies as well.
And why make the abridged? Like what's the
So
difference?
they're huge. They were a company that were huge fans of Dragon Ball, but they noticed that Dragon Ball had lost its popularity, and it's because as we got older, we found it more, wrapped towards kids. So Team 4-Star was like, "Fuck it, let's make an adult version."
Yeah, because they hardly ever say the words kill, or you hardly ever see any blood.
It's usually destroy and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. But in the abridged, they basically they take the sub version and they dub it over in their own voices, and they make it stick very close to the original, like very, very close to the original.
Yeah. Just,
But it's
just
got
watch one-
cussing.
Yeah, I'll probably just end up.
It's got
watching
sexual innuendos. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
everything. And then there are times where it's stupidly funny, and then when they have to be serious,
It's still ridiculous.
It's still ridiculous. Like the Frieza fight, you can tell it shifts tempo to Goku being serious, and then Frieza counters it by going, "Stuffed crust pizza,"
Yeah.
and then Goku goes, "Yes, please," and then he throws that
Yeah.
disc at him.
It's
Goku goes, "That's not
You need
pizza.
to.
That's not pizza at all," and then blows him up.
Yeah.
It's
who's like your least favorite character? So like,
in all of Dragon Ball, like
I guess up to where I'm at right now.
To where
'cause
you're
I
at?
know there's probably a few more characters.
at this point where you are at, it is probably going to be either Yamcha, because Yamcha's just a bitch.
Yeah, dude, he literally just stood there like
Yeah.
like he didn't call for help when he noticed these two androids, right? Like, he
And
just
then
fucking
I
just-
think Trunks. I really did not like Trunks as a character until later in the series.
he just seems like a little bitch too.
He is a
Yeah.
whiny cry
Yeah.
bitch. Yes.
Right now, I just don't like Krillin's girlfriend.
You're. Oh no.
She's so annoying.
I can't wait till you see how a bridge did her too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
I always
that.
thought he was gay for.
And
Goku.
I've never ever,
Right?
I've never been a huge fan of Roshi.
No,
I didn't like his perverted styled character.
I liked him better in the original.
Yeah,
they made him seem like such a important character, and then like when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, it says like, oh,
oh no, that's the huge shift from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, is you realize that there's like three main characters into Z. That's about it. Everyone else just becomes sidelined and useless.
Yajirobe's fucking.
Yajirobe used to be a badass too. In Dragon Ball, he stood up to Goku, whooped the shit out of Goku,
Yeah,
did Korn's training.
and he's fucking lazy as fuck.
Yep. And then even at the beginning of Z, he jumps in and cuts Vegeta's tail off.
Yeah.
But like out of nowhere, he was like hiding and shit.
But he has no power level. Technically,
no?
Yajirobe has no ki energy
Yeah, he's just
whatsoever.
human.
He's just a straight up human, but he's in Dragon Ball. He was strong. At the end of Dragon Ball, he was stronger than Krillin, and Krillin was considered the strongest human besides Ten Shinhan. Yeah, and they don't consider Ten Shinhan human.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he?
He's a human, but
Just
he
mutated
was
like
he-
Futurama.
basically the way they describe him in the sub is he meditated so long when he was a kid that he opened the brain's third eye, the body's third eye.
I don't know, man. He doesn't seem to use it that much. Though.
Oh no, never. Except for Kiko Ho, or Tri-Beam as the dub calls it. Kiko, fuck yourself. How did all these triangles make a square?
Have you seen season 3 of One Punch Man?
Season 3.
Season 3.
Is it out? Or season 2?
Season 2.
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, yeah.
You just haven't- I haven't
Odie
seen
said
it.
I'm not
Yeah,
experiencing
you and I
any
watched
lag.
it together.
Not season 2?
Yeah, that's one with Garou.
Oh, then yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because Mike was all like, that one hasn't been out. I was like, no, I think we saw
Yeah,
this.
yeah, no, we watched the shit out of season. I still watch season 2 and 1.
Mhm.
Like, a lot. I know that they're supposed to drop the English dub of season 2 here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about. Because it is subtitled.
Yeah.
At the end, the new season of Attack on Titans, they're introducing like 3 to 4 new Titans.
Really?
At the end of season, I think it was 2, the gorilla dude,
Yeah.
how it would flash from his story to Aaron's.
Yeah.
They're practically trying to tell you that, hey, that's your dad.
See, that's what I think. Like, I'll be really shocked if it isn't.
Oh, not.
I know that,
It's
but
not his dad.
Cue
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when, in order for Aaron to get his powers, he had to eat his dad.
yeah, that's right.
So,
True, but at the
but
same
his
time...
dad had a brother in the flashback that betrayed
Oh,
him.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's-
I'm almost positive the gorilla is Aaron's uncle.
That's true, but you also have to remember that his dad did a lot of experiments on him as well.
Mhm.
So,
What are you guys talking about right now?
Attack
Attack
on
on
Titans.
Titans.
Okay, like, it doesn't sound
Um,
like anything I know.
Oh,
It's good. It starts off really slow,
you
but after,
really
like,
have to push through the first half of the first season.
Yeah. Well,
After
not that far. Like 3 or 4 episodes in, it starts picking up.
Yeah, I'll give it that because it does the attack on the city
Yeah.
and the destruction of their hometown.
Yeah, and it goes through like all the flashbacks and intros, and then the story goes.
Your best bet. I mean, yeah, watch
and then at the
season
end of
1.
season 2, it's all fucking flashbacks again.
Yeah.
How long is that series? It's only
It's
one
two
season,
episodes,
two
2
seasons?
seasons right now.
Yeah.
But it's really
It's like
good.
20 episodes per season.
Yeah.
But from everybody's perspective, if you watch it, the thing you'll probably hate the most is the other deformed titans.
Oh yeah.
The short ones, and the ones that can't run, and then the ones that.
I think they're just fucking funny, but yeah.
Yeah, when you see them running and they're just bobbing their head side to side with their mouth wide open.
Like,
Yeah.
when he, restarted again, like, I looked, like, after, like, the 5th episode and actually realizing that the Titans look like that again, because I hadn't watched it in, like, 5 to 6 years, I looked at him and I was like, what kind of fucking Titans are these? Are these, like,
Yeah.
inbreds, or are they...
Yeah, because like you get ones that have like big noses and their fucking jaws all jacked up and they're just. Oh!
The show's that old, but it only has 2 seasons?
It's not it's not like 5 or 6 years old, but it's
Oh,
been
no,
out
it's-
for a while.
It's been out since 2014. It's only got 2
Like that
seasons.
long?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I started
Okay, so
it when
what
it
happened
first
was-
came out.
What happened was the animation studio is not fun. Is Aniplex?
Amniplex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They refuse to do any filler, anything that's not based on the manga. And the writer got sick
Okay.
after he wrote the first novel of it.
Oh, that's right. Because after season 1, it took a while for
It took
season 2 to
almost
come
4
out.
years.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to get away from the...
No, they weren't.
wanted
Aniplex
to-
refuses to do that
Huh.
because they made the mistake with Full Metal. Because they're the ones who did Full Metal Alchemist and had to go back and redo it. For
So did you like Brotherhood?
Brotherhood was better. Because I read the manga.
See, I didn't.
I was about to say, don't get him started on that one.
But I read the manga and I watched Full Metal Alchemist and I was like, oh, this is really sticking with the. Oh no, where the fuck are we going?
Yeah. Well, see that like there's a manga that I read. What is it? Freezing. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then I went to watch the series, and in the first episode, like they jumped so much that the first episode covers like the first 3 books,
Yeah.
and then they added so much unnecessary fan service into it. It's just like,
Yeah.
why?
But Attack on Titan, Aniplex decided to. The writer got sick. I think he had some form of cancer. So he was writing season 2, like the second book, while he was sick. But it was taking him so long to write it
Mm-hmm.
because between his treatments and surgeries and everything like that, he survived and is cancer free now. That's why season 3 is coming out 2 years after season 2. Because he was able to actually finish it. But it's not a manga, it's a freaking book. It's like a full-on novel.
Yeah, because for those, it's like a full graphic novel.
It's like, basically, it's like a Twilight book, but novel.
But good.
And
Yeah.
But good.
Okay.
I have got to show you the new Dragon Ball Super chapter that just came out. It is fucking dope. It's the manga. But Goku has mastered Ultra Instinct, is getting his ass absolutely destroyed. Vegeta's been on Yardrat training for instant transmission, and he learned a new form. Yeah.
Like Ozaru or
No, it's basically from the way it looks in the novel is it's Super Saiyan Rose mixes, he's purple.
It's a good
He's not
thing.
pink, he's not blue, he's purple. And his eyes are silver like Ultra Instinct. And he mastered the instant transmission.
He's like, I gotta look this shit
yeah,
up.
because Vegeta's my
Well,
dude.
there's no actual pictures of it. It's just the drawn out black and white from the manga. But the way they described it, or the way it seems, is he's like mastered a whole new form of Super Saiyan Blue. And everyone's speculating it's purple.
So once they just call them colors after.
So no,
'Cause
the
they're
original
hair
writing,
color, right? I'm
the
guessing.
original writing in Super is there was Super Saiyan God, And then there was Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. And the way they described it is a form of a Saiyan who has mastered Super Saiyan God mode and has pushed beyond that limit to become a Super Saiyan while Super Saiyan God. So
Yeah.
Toriyama was like, screw this! Super Saiyan Red, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Rose.
Well,
Rosé.
yeah, right.
Rose.
And then there's gonna be fucking.
It's on my Facebook page.
Is
I
it?
shared it. Yeah.
Uh,
I shared the whole chapter.
But as I was explaining about the
Because I've
attack
been reading it.
on Titans, is towards the end of the second season, they push you to believe that the Gorilla Titan is Aaron's father. But then again, like from the books and like everything throughout the story, it takes you back to where his dad is, and it shows you how the Titans actually got created and everything.
Is it
And-
like an experiment type shit, or?
It's a race of humans born into it. Their DNA had mutated, and you could take their blood and inject it into other humans, and it would turn them into mindless Titans. The ones whose DNA had been mutated, they were conscious of their transformation and were able to control it. If you injected their blood into other people, they just turned into a Titan, but they were mindless. All they cared about was eating.
Yeah. But
I already knew what that show was about.
the part
Okay, so it doesn't pick that part up until the end of season 1, halfway through season 2. Then you start finding out all that shit. All you know is there's a giant Titans that look just like most civilians would in an anime, eating everybody.
yeah.
And they have to eat people.
That's all they know how to do, is eat.
Because when they were created, when Aaron's dad created them, he pushed them off the wall after he injected them with the Titan gene, and then as they fell, they transformed. But as they fell inside the wall, there was basically a village of people, and that's all that they had to eat was people. And so now,
Can you find
when
a nice salad?
and so
It was all
throughout.
in the, for population control.
Like we
right?
said, they're 100% mindless, too. They don't know what they're doing. Only a handful of Titans know what they're doing, and they're consciously aware. It's because they're...
So how do they feel with everything going on?
Right.
The handful of conscious ones?
Yeah.
Most of them are kids and didn't know they had the power until their life was put in danger.
And then, like, their body instantly transformed into Titan without them knowing that they could do it.
Yeah, and then they had to figure out how to trigger it. Like Aaron's, he has to bite right here.
So like they're like normal size humans.
Yeah, they're
and
regular
then-
humans.
And then they just burst into a Titan
And
form.
then when they, like, the ones who know how to control it, the city, like, they found all the ones that had the Titan gene in them. And when it came to, like, fighting other Titans, they would have them, you know, basically hurt themselves to transform into the Titan to fight off the other
So-
Titans.
Here, for instance,
And this one is my absolute favorite Titan. Kind of scary, but
hold on, if it'll load.
It's a
the
So
video.
the question
black.
I have, it would be like, since I'm
So
starting Avatar.
that's Aaron down here at the bottom.
Oh,
and that's his
And
Titan.
that's his
form.
Titan form.
That's-
And like I said, so basically what happened for him to find out is one of his friends was about to get eaten, and he jumped in the mouth and yanked his friend out of the Titan, and the Titan ate him. And as he was going down the throat, he was still alive, and he was saying, "I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna die," and his hand got caught on the rib cage,
And it ripped.
and it ripped his thumb, and that's when and then he burst into a Titan, because his changing point is right here. He bites down right between his thumb and index finger, or pointer finger.
China?
What?
But
So yeah, whenever
that's
he
what it's called.
transforms, he goes like that and bites down, but the
Oh,
rib cage
yes.
caught it on his way down, and it ripped it, and he burst out into a Titan form. He basically he
yeah.
transforms inside the Titan, and the Titan just explodes all over the screen. You're just like, oh.
So if I'm devoting my time to one of these series, which one would you recommend?
Out of which one?
In between that, God damn it, Avatar, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer,
Ooh.
and what was the other one? There was another one we were talking
Honestly, Go with Avatar
Yeah.
first.
I would probably.
So, and the reason
do-
I say that is that way by the time you're done with Avatar and you move to like Attack on Titan, you'll finish the second season and season 3 will be ready to drop, and you don't have to wait a full year, like 8 months for season 3 to come out.
Plus, I mean, Avatar's got a great story.
Oh yeah,
It really
Yeah.
does.
And if theory is correct, Netflix should have these spin-offs coming on it too.
Yeah.
So
so
I
you'll
think
be
that's
able
like one
to-
of the biggest problems
Or
I've been
the
having is I
horror
keep
one.
jumping like
Yeah, no, just
Yeah.
find one, focus on the motherfucker. Like,
too many options.
Yeah, too many
like,
good options.
well, see, I ran into the same problem, like, because Doctor Stone, Goblin Slayer is fan-fucking-tastic. Like, if you want a show that is
Oh
going
yeah,
to...
Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
If you want a show that's going to just grab you and run, Goblin Slayer. It literally starts off with a girl getting raped and goblins murdering her.
Yeah.
Why do you
And-
assume that's what I'm into?
I'm not saying that's what you're into, but what I'm saying is you literally start off with a party in a cave getting destroyed by goblins, and then the goblins being tortured to death by the Slayer.
Yeah.
That is the entire first episode.
Yeah. It gets intense.
It literally
really
just
fast.
grabs you and runs.
Like-
and then the rest of the series stays pretty much on point.
Like at the end of the first episode of Goblin Slayer, like this Goblin Slayer himself is so ruthless. He holds a torch with his knife or sword, and he's walking with the princess behind him, and he opens the door and he goes in with the torch with gasoline,
He
and
just torches a bunch of goblin babies.
Yeah, they're like goblin infants in a little cave, and he just lights them on fire and walks away. And all it shows when he's walking away is his one red eye, and it's trailing behind him, and it's like vicious and dark.
And goblins are evil? Like, is that
Okay,
a thing? Or
So, baby goblins are not considered evil in the universe. They're considered like middle ground because they don't know yes or no. They're only following what their parents are doing. Goblins themselves, adult-sized goblins, yeah, they're completely fucking evil.
So is it something that they're taught, or
The baby,
It's kind of like teaching through like visual.
basically it's like him
so
teaching.
if I were to find a goblin by itself, then I would be able to raise it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could raise the goblin how you wanted to. Like, there's another series I watch. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
The goblins in that anime are harmless. They're perfect little creatures.
Well, it's
Like,
the same way in Overlord.
Yeah, the goblins
Like
are.
the goblins actually help.
Yeah, in the same way in that time I got reincarnated as a slime. They're defenseless creatures who know how to fight, but they prefer not to.
I know there was this one time when there was like a expansion of animes that he watched. Like, I know at one point I was trying to keep up with him watching Goblin Slayer, Fruit Basket, the time I got reincarnated as a slime,
Such a great
Overlord,
anime.
and then he got me back into Attack on Titans, and then Demon Slayer came out, and then How to Be an Adventurer came out, and then Dr. Stone came out, and I was like every
And from World's Commonplace to World's Strongest.
and
Yeah.
I was like
That new season comes out in August.
Nice.
This whole year I'm not gonna run out of shows after the summer's over. Like, everything's gonna start
Yeah.
coming out one right after another.
at least when the kid comes, I can sit in the bedroom and just binge watch all the rest of the fucking TV shows that he started, because like he started watching them about 3 weeks before we moved that up here, and I was like, I can't keep up.
She couldn't keep up with how much I was watching shows because I would go from one show, like every time a new episode came out, they all dropped on the same day, so I would just watch one right after another.
And like
And at the same time, I was Goblin Slayer already finished, so I was watching Goblin Slayer in between. And then Demon Slayer was coming out on a different day, so I was watching that.
See, I can't.
What the
It's,
hell is Fruit Basket?
Oh, dude, no, I gotta sit you down and watch
It's-
that stupid
it's-
shit.
it's a really good and like just completely wholesome anime. It really is, but it's so funny.
Not really a violent anime. I mean, there's martial arts in it.
So it
but
doesn't start out with a rape and murder?
No,
No.
no. The
no,
other side of the spectrum.
yeah, it's basically about the it's basically about the zodiacs. The zodiac animals are there's families that are cursed to be zodiac animals, and they only transform to the zodiac animal when they're touched by someone of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
So
the
it's-
story
it-
of
well-
how they live with that curse.
Well, it's the writer was a really big fan of an old anime called Ranma One Half, and in that anime, what is it? The son, the daughter, and
The Holy Ghost.
yeah, totally. And the dad were just like out walking one day, and they got thirsty, so they drank from like a cursed like pond. So in Ranma, like what is it? The dad changes whenever cold water hits him. He turns into a panda, and then what is it? The same with the son and the daughter. She just changes randomly. So like the entire series is like the son will like randomly get hit with cold water, and then you have to deal with a couple of episodes of like guys trying to pick her up.
And how do they change back to?
They just get hit with like hot water.
The opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same way in Fruits Basket. They have to be. So like if a female falls on a male, they transform. But then if a male hugs the other male, it turns him back into his human form.
Sounds like slavery with extra.
There was. There
But
was.
unfortunately, the writers of Fruit Basket died halfway through the
Yeah.
novel. So we never got a completed series, but they did go back, and his best friend picked up where he left off, and now they're remaking the whole series.
Yeah, I noticed there's 2 of them on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
so,
2.
2001 and then.
Yeah.
Now-
And there's a very obvious difference in like the animation quality and stuff.
Yeah, but the storyline at the first few episodes is strictly the same. He didn't take anything away; they just reanimated it
Yeah.
to make it newer looking.
And what was that other one you were talking about? Something slime?
That time I got reincarnated as slime.
Yeah.
That is a good series.
Yeah.
That is basically this guy dies, and while he's dying, he's listing all these things he's feeling and hates about
Yeah.
humans, and
Like
then
that he would
gets
change.
transported to another world in the form of
A slime.
a slime, because that's everything he said he didn't like about humans. Slimes possessed all those qualities he didn't like.
So basically, like this conscious AI is like, okay, you don't like feeling hot, so now you have heat resistance. You don't like being stabbed, so now you have pain resistance. And like it puts all these attributes into just a slime body. So
I've noticed that you don't like being stabbed.
So he basically
Right.
becomes
Thanks.
immortal to almost
Dude,
everything.
and he has the
It's-
ability to absorb other creatures and copy their abilities
Yeah.
permanently to his arsenal.
so like the first one that he absorbs is a dragon.
Yeah.
Well, like he eats it or.
Yeah, he basically just
Yeah.
eats it.
Yeah, kinda. Like because you find out later that he can, when he eats or absorbs something, he can either like mix it within his body and generate something different, or he can digest it permanently and get like all their attributes and powers and characteristics and stuff.
So kind of like and you've seen My Hero, right?
Yeah.
There's a character that whatever he ingests, like
Yeah.
he'll,
Yes.
like, have
Yeah.
the
Same basis.
characteristics.
Same basis.
Yeah, but his are permanent. They stay with him no matter
Yeah.
what.
So like there's a part since he digested the dragon, like there's a part where he actually shapeshifts into the dragon
Yep.
because he's got all the
And then he
attributes.
digested a wolf and became the Wolf King.
Yeah.
No, man, that show, like, I didn't expect much from it.
It's
Like, I just
funny,
saw
though.
it on Funimation on the app, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, I'm bored. I wonder what this show's about. Click, watch the first episode. I was like, we'll see how the second one goes, because I always give it 3 episodes to catch my attention. Second episode, yeah, pretty much just picked up and ran.
Yeah,
And I was
like
like,
when
I like this.
when he finds out that he basically has a water jet coming out of his ass.
Yeah.
It's exactly how it sounds because he jumps in the water and he's trying to move, and he does something, and that AI is like, okay, now you have like water movement, and basically a water jet just happens out of his asshole, and he just starts skimming on top of the water.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Where the hell do they come up with these ideas, man?
I don't know.
I wish I could find out the name of the anime that Kiko
Yes,
was
yeah.
having us watch before we moved. It was
Technically, no, Hayden. They did not steal the plot of Kirby, because in some mythical creatures' books, like, slimes can actually absorb abilities based on what they eat.
Like D&D.
Yep. There are big slimes in D&D that can absorb mages and cast spells because of it. Final Fantasy, the freaking slimes in there can cast spells based on their color.
Yeah. I think that's racist though.
Yeah.
But it is how they do it, though.
Yeah.
The ones cast.
Yeah.
A little
Purples
bit.
only.
Right.
They steal Kirby.
But see, like Like I can't watch anime like you do, where I'm doing like 10 animes at one time. It's like if I start an anime, I have to watch it all the way through.
Well, see, and the
then
only
move to the
reason I
next
did
one.
that is like because, like I said, I started watching Dr. Stone when it first dropped.
Yeah.
So I was waiting every week for a new episode. Same thing with like Goblin Slayer and Demon Slayer. Like I was waiting for the new episode, so I just would find something to watch. And then Crawford is the one that showed me Commonplace to World's Strongest, and we sat there and watched it all the way up to the episode that was out. There's 5 episodes at the time. We watched all that one night, and then I started watching that every week when it would drop
Nice.
too.
Do a lot of animes do that, where it takes a couple weeks for the new episode to come out?
Stuff like Dr. Stone and like that is every week. Goblin Slayer is the only one I've known so far that's every other week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because Japan releases it every Saturday.
Yeah.
And then America can't dub it until 7 days after it's been on air in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time they get the rights to dub it, it's already a Saturday, so they have to wait and go.
Yeah, but the thing with being in the U.S. is media drops, like I mean movies, music, whatever. They always drop on a Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So usually, unless it's like a Nintendo game, and then it's always on Sunday.
I've never realized trends like that.
It's been like that for a long time.
As long as I can remember, like theater movies is Thursday night, Friday. Video games is Friday
And
night,
like
Saturday.
Wednesdays, no?
Tuesdays.
Wednesdays,
Tuesdays, that's right.
Yeah,
Did you hear that they're not even going to do the Emmys or the Oscars? Yeah. So
Yeah.
The Oscars this year?
really.
Because no movies have really come out.
Yeah.
Nobody's really been able to watch anything.
Damn.
Yeah, I haven't seen any freaking trailers for movies in a while because the theaters have been closed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the last movie we went to go watch?
The
Joker,
right?
yeah. Joker, but I mean, like, there's been other ones out, but like as soon as all this stuff started, like we would get trailers, but
But the
Shortly
last movie
after-
we went and saw in theaters was Zombieland Double Tap.
yeah,
And it's because we originally went to go see Joker, and we got there and the movie started in 15 minutes, but they were sold out. And the next one wasn't until midnight, and it was only like 8 o'clock, but we're not sitting around for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wait, it's an hour drive back home, so...
It was an hour to get to the movie theater.
The theater we had in our town was shut down because somebody shot and killed his girlfriend at Walmart and then worked at the theater, so he went into the theater, locked himself in there, and it took 24 hours for them to get him out. He had committed suicide the same night he went in there, but they didn't know he was alive or dead, and they didn't want to barge in there because he was an army vet with a shit ton of weapons.
Where was this at?
In Kerrville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So the theater was closed, so we decided to go to San Antonio to the theater to go see the Joker, and the only theater that was playing the Joker still by that time was off of 410, the Dollar Theater.
oh, okay,
Right
that's
behind Golden Corral.
Yeah, yeah,
And we went over there.
that's Summit Parkway.
Yeah. We went over there and they were sold out, so we had to wait. We would have had to wait till midnight, or we could have just saw Zombieland Double Tap, and it came on in an hour. So we went to go eat and then came back.
No, we sat there and then we debated it for about 45 minutes, and then we decided to go to the hookah lounge instead of the movie theater
That's right.
because we took Hayden to hookah.
And that's
farm.
where he lost his ID.
Yep. Well, that's what he thinks because since then he wasn't able to find it.
But we asked them if they had it, and they said no.
We need to clean out your car. Like,
Oh, dude, if we come across
yeah.
his PlayStation controller and his ID in there, I'm gonna laugh my
Yeah.
ass off.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
just take it to him when we make the trip
He'll
down
get his
there.
ID. Yes, I'm keeping the PlayStation
I was gonna
controller.
say I need a second controller.
Your kid keeps trying to steal mine.
Yeah,
I'll come in to play when I get up, and I'll look at the controller and it's got the chip missing out of the joystick. I'm like, unplug it, set it over on his, pull mine off of his PlayStation, and start using it. Little asshole trying to steal my controller. He's like, you got two, and you've got one that works just fine and one that you can't sprint with. Use wisely.
Ew.
I hate when that happens. There's always like that one button that doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Okay, the one that the sprint doesn't work, it has been like that for a while. So
I
I
see-
had that controller since the first time I got a PS4.
Yeah.
So that was right when I got the PS4 right when it dropped. And I've had that controller since. So it's about time the damn joystick went out on it.
Well, see, for me, like I'd have 3 good controllers, but kids kept dropping mine.
I'm almost 100% positive if you take the screws out of the one the joystick doesn't work, that rubber piece is just slid to the side, and all you gotta do is push it back.
Yeah.
And it'll probably sprint again.
What games have you guys been playing lately? I know we talked about it a
Warframe,
little bit, but
because I used to play Warframe when it first dropped, and I hated it with a freaking passion, and they've changed it a shit ton.
Yeah.
And made it fun.
what is that one about?
It's like a cross. Well, not even a cross. It's kind of like an altered version of Destiny.
Yeah. You ever played Destiny?
I played, I think, a couple
Yeah.
times. But
So
Yeah.
it's a lot like that. And then we're playing Anthem right now, and that is
Finally.
basically you get an Iron Man suit and go to town.
Yeah.
So
That one.
I'm having fun with that
We're
shit.
still playing Conan on and off.
Yeah.
I started playing DC Universe Online again.
We've been playing Predator.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Waiting for the new Mortal Kombat.
Aftermath. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a DLC pack for the one that's out right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's supposed to add I think another 30 hours to the story.
Oh, no.
And
then
RoboCop.
Yeah, and RoboCop.
And friendship
Yeah.
finishers.
Yeah. So,
And baby finishers again. They're back.
Babalities,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're back too.
yeah.
Which, okay, the babality, Friendship, I never liked the friendship.
Yeah, they're entertaining.
For a few fights here and there, and
Yeah.
then after that you want to go back to ripping their face off and shoving it down the
I think
fucking
that's just
throat.
mostly to punk your punk your opponent, turn you into a baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, when you're doing the online fights.
And the reason I compare it to Destiny is because there's not a lot of games that people know to say, oh, it's like this and this. I mean, Destiny is more mainstream, so more people are going to understand that.
And for the most part, people who enjoy Destiny would pretty much enjoy Warframe.
Not necessarily. I mean, I can definitely see where that would fall, but I mean, different systems, different play styles.
Oh yeah, different. It's got a lot of different aspects to it. Like I said, my favorite part about the bow in that game is if I hit them in Warframe, they stick to the fucking wall.
Yeah,
If I hit them with an arrow and it goes into them and pins them into the wall,
yeah.
it's freaking epic. If you do it in Destiny, it just kind of tears right through them.
You guys were playing Call of Duty for a while too, right?
Warzone.
For a little bit. Like every once in a while, I'll get the mood. I'll jump on and play 1 or 2 matches, but
Oh, I deleted it so I could get Predator. I've already got a shooter. Predator's freaking. Nah, there's
Yeah.
no reason for me to play Call of Duty now. I've got Predator. And then if I really want to blow shit up, I'll just jump on Anthem and take my suit out on free roam and blow the hell out of every animal and thing that comes across my path.
Yeah,
Because now, okay, so there is a part in the beginning of the game where it's just teaching you the controls and you're running around with the wildlife. And apparently, I didn't know it, but I was just killing everything in my path just to play around with it. And I shot and killed the rabbits. And now my, what is he? The chair guy? Owen, right? That's his
Yeah.
name? He calls me the Grabbit killer because they're called Grabbits. Not rabbits.
Yeah.
It's G.
yeah.
And
then
he calls me the Grabbit Killer instead of saying like, "Hey, freelancer, what's going on?" He's like, "Hey, Grabbit Killer, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, I'm stuck with this now.
yeah. Until later on, but it's actually a hidden achievement.
I didn't want to point this out, but when I have my head down and I'm looking at my phone, I look like I'm sleeping on the camera.
Pulling a brand is what we call it.
But I'm not. I'm just looking at the video. But on the video itself, it looks like I'm sleeping.
Nice.
I mean, all in all, there's a lot of decent games out there. My problem is I have so many that I'm trying to keep up with.
Yeah,
Like, a big part of me knows I need to get on Monster Hunter and just grind out for 2 days. Because I need to hit rank 100 because the Gold Rathian is returning. And in order to finish the weapon I have, I'm trying to max out, I need to kill 5 of those motherfuckers. And I can't do that until I'm level 100. I can't fight them. And then there's another creature dropping on Monster Hunter and you have to be level 100 to do. He's from the Monster Hunter 3. He's the big ass not gold dragon. He's the world ender dragon.
are I know what you, yeah.
Basically, like his backstory is if you kill him and craft
Yeah.
armor, it curses you to become the
Yeah,
dragon.
eventually, like, your character becomes more violent,
And-
and then you eventually transform into the dragon to take its place.
That's the backstory for it. They're getting ready to drop him, I think, at the end of this year. They have a whole nother DLC pack that
Yeah.
they're working on right now.
That's kind of like a Twilight Zone type of shit.
Yeah.
But I know I need to get down and start nose to grind on that game. But it's one of those games where I'm pretty damn good at, and I know I am, but I'm bored. I get bored playing by myself really freaking quickly. And I would love to keep helping Mike because we've had him restart since he got his own, we're letting him use his own PlayStation right now. But I have to go back through the story again.
Yeah. That'll be the third time.
And I'm still going through the story with Cameron again because he needs to catch up too. It's like I've gone through the story mode on my own twice, and then John and I finished the story mode, and then we ran Mike through the story mode. Now we're rerunning Mike through the story mode.
It's
I'm
like, no wonder you're so damn good. You just gone through it so many times.
Yeah.
Well, when the game first dropped, I bought it day one, but I didn't have internet when I lived in Waco, so I soloed the whole game by myself. No help, no shooting SOS flares to call for other players, so I had to handle the hardest difficulty creatures on my own to get the shit I wanted. And it was basically like, there's one dragon on there, his name's Kushala. He's called the Wind Dragon. And I am a in-your-face sword shield user, like charge blade user, that's what it's called, that I use. Kushala has wind armor. So if you get too close, the wind hits you and shoots you back. So I had to learn how to play around that. And it took me, 20, 30 tries to finally beat that motherfucker?
You think you could take Black Veil solo?
I probably could now, yeah.
Well, now, yeah.
Yeah. After I've learned their patterns, I start getting better at them. And every creature has its own pattern. It's just trying to memorize them, and it takes a while. Because then sometimes you get to where you think you have their pattern down, and they pull out something completely fucking new.
Yeah.
When they're pinned in a corner or some shit like that.
Until you come across a fucking horse/unicorn that has fucking
Oh,
thunder
God.
and lightning,
Fucking
and
Kieran.
you hear them two and hear motherfucker, and they're just sitting here yelling and
I'm
screaming
not
at
kidding.
the
The
computer.
first
and I
time
was
I
like,
fought this motherfucking unicorn, I died. He killed me, but you get 3 times.
And they're all just like beasts like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He's a unicorn that uses electricity, and he's considered one of the hardest creatures to fight in all of Monster Hunter.
a unicorn.
So he
yes,
knocks,
they got beat by a unicorn.
He knocks me out, and when you get knocked out, your cat helper, it's called a palico, he carts you back to camp, dumps you off there so you can regain your shit, get back out there. Well, Kieran's move doesn't give a shit about invincibility, apparently, because when you're in camp, you're invincible. I fucking got up, walked into my tent to go restock my potions, and his lightning bolt comes through my tent and kills me while I'm standing there.
Wow.
It's a hardcore unicorn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a pretty unicorn too.
The scales are kind of trippy.
Yeah.
But he's one of those where it's like, he has a very set pattern, but then when you actually corner his ass, it completely just fucking changes.
And then the longer the fight goes, the faster his pattern moves.
Yep. And the stronger he becomes. And then, just like lightning, it's unpredictable most of the time. Like, a lot of times you'll see glowing on the ground where that bolt's getting ready to drop. And then when he gets angry, there's no color on the ground anymore. It just starts dropping everywhere. So you have to pray that he doesn't fucking just smack you with it.
I think the best one that I try to see them fight was it was a dragon, but they were like in the desert, but they were trapped around mountains.
Sounds like
And
a Pokemon.
Kind of, yeah.
Who is it? Oh, yeah.
it looks like an lowland form of Rapidash, but with the horn
Yeah.
on its forehead. But I can't ever remember the dragon's name that they fought, and then at the end of it, another group of people fly down and was like, "Oh yeah, we were
Oh,
here."
that was fucking.
Shada Ishvalda.
Yeah, Shara Ishvalda.
Yeah.
God,
We're here to help you.
fucking
And we're like,
hated that fight.
Dude, we're like, so at the end, it's a really long fight, and it's got a finishing move that it likes to use, and we call it the Rasengan from Naruto.
Because
Yeah, I haven't seen Naruto.
It's this giant fucking ball of wind, and he just throws it at the ground, and it does a huge crater and then explodes like a nuke.
yeah,
And if you're in the radius, you're dead. It's a one shot. And we finally beat this motherfucker, and then all the AIs, like the NPCs, they drop in. We're here to help you. Oh.
Yeah.
that's
So we're
right.
like,
it's like we were rooting for you. We were ready to jump in, and it's like, motherfucker, we've been here for like an hour and a half. Where the fuck were you?
And then at the end, another dragon comes down and was like, "Yeah, I'll finish the fucking job."
Mhm.
And
yeah, because
like,
the dragon, Sheriff Valda gets up, like tries to get up, and then the dragon that you just killed before him is Nergigante. So when you kill something, you take out a carving knife and you carve its body up and get parts from it. You carve this motherfucker and take its bones, and it suddenly pops up out of the ground, eats that dragon you just fought, and then flies away. And I was like,
Yeah.
"This is your freebie."
we both were just sitting here staring at the screen going,
Where the fuck were you 20
but-
minutes ago?
but we killed you, and then I've got like 40 of your bones from that.
Mhm.
What?
And this is where Blue looks completely clueless.
Now I was thinking, how long ago was it when we were seeing like all these Japanese words he can pronounce correctly?
Oh yeah.
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 Well, I was trying to remember the words that he wasn't able to say.
Well, he was saying manga like manga. Fucking Jaquan Phoenix. Like
Oh yeah.
there's been quite a few of them.
Because I've been listening to him this whole time. I'm just like, he knows all these.
He's
all
trying
these
to go
names.
through
yeah.
his little
Oh, that's
library of the
extra.
words
Well,
that
and,
he
and,
can't pronounce.
and it's funny because like he'll say one and then I'll say it properly and then like without doing anything he just kind of shifts the way he says it. It's like yeah, that's totally.
But like, okay, he said it this way, so I'm gonna start saying it that way too.
Oh my god.
You know, they discovered glass Coke bottles today.
Oh, it's not the first time I've had a Mexican.
Oh,
Oh, really?
I was like, who you talking
When
about?
Yeah, because
when we went to California, my dad took us to a street taco
From Big A, right?
truck
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know where you guys got to pick it.
yeah,
over in where did he live?
All I know is
It's
about
right
an hour
outside.
drive.
It's right outside
of
Pico
LA.
Rivera. You guys know where Whittier or Pico Rivera is?
I've never been.
Started with the V.
Yeah, it did. But he's been going there since the day, like since he
Peek
was
over
a kid.
here. It started with a V. Yeah.
Anyway, this guy's owned the truck since my dad was a kid, and he parks in the same spot. And he's been doing it since my dad
How
was
old
a
is
kid.
he?
My dad?
No, the guy that owns
I
it.
think he's like 85 now.
I think.
But damn, they were fucking good. And then yeah, that was the first time I ever had Mexican Coke.
Yeah,
that was
and
back
then
in August.
when we went to go do the alignment for his car, there was an Albertsons right there. We were walking in there, and I was like, "You guys need to try these," because they had all of them. And when we went to Big 8, they had them there. So
Yeah, Big A's where you should get them.
yeah, Albertsons started carrying them like all of them, like the Coke, Sprite, Dr Pepper, the
Big
Sun
Red, Sunkist.
Yeah, all yeah.
I
All,
usually only find like the orange of the
Yeah.
Coke.
yeah.
Dr. Pepper sounds good.
Yeah.
Sprite. The Sprite one was good.
But I do recommend that if you ever go to Cali, I don't know what the fuck that place was we went to, but it was like Panda Express.
Oh
I
yeah.
shit you not. The to-go boxes for Panda Express,
Yeah.
they practically fill up the whole bottom with rice all the way up until like you can close it. And then if you want a double order of just one type of chicken, it's like they quadruple it. So where the lid barely fits.
Like this lady, when we got our Chinese food when we were out in Cali, she had to force the lid down. She's like fighting this fucking lid. We opened it, and I'm not joking. It's like that fucking tall.
So you guys only needed one plate for yourself.
Dude, we
right?
really only needed one, but we got each one because we didn't know.
We thought it was just, the basic 2.5 scoops and then the one and a quarter for
and
each.
for both of us, it was only like $9.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
It was like,
and it lasted us. We ate it
It
for
sure was
lunch.
chicken.
Yeah,
I know, right?
we ate it for lunch. We ate it for dinner, and then we ate it for lunch the next day too, because that's how much
No,
we had left.
If I ever get to go to Cali, the first place I'm going is Silicon Valley.
Like a dispensary?
No, that's where like all the.
That also
I know what you're
That
talking about.
also depends on what part of California you're
I was
in.
like, you should fucking know better.
So Southern California, like right below San Diego and all that, it's not legal up there.
No?
In state, it's legal. The whole state of California, it's legal. But every city and county
Except for about
Has
that
its
much on the
own-
map.
has its own rules in it,
Ooh.
and so it's not legal from San
That's
Diego
how much
down.
they
But
pack
from
it.
San Diego, the north side of San Diego, and all the way up California, it's legal, and there's dispensaries everywhere. But south of San Diego, nothing. You won't find any dispensaries.
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll actually have to drive all the way up to like LA to get it. We went out to the
Ventura?
Ventura Beach. That's where we went. We were looking at houses out there. Believe it or not, the Ventura Beach properties are not expensive. We thought they would be.
For a condo house with 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, and it was like almost 3,000 square feet, was like $1,500.
And it's right on the beach side. Like you open your back door and it walks you down to the beach.
See, like I always think a house like that, and it's like, man, that'd be cool, like just to wake up and look out your balcony and there's the beach. But then I always think of the storms, and it's like,
I know. Hard pass.
But see, my
Yeah.
biggest thing is like the storms, because of where the houses sit. Like, unless it does like 20 feet of fucking rain, you're not gonna have to worry about getting flooded.
I think you have to worry about wind and shit.
Because
yeah,
the
the wind, the
houses-
waves.
The houses that are built on the beach, they're built on the big,
Those
like
stilts.
the stilts, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like already 10 to 15 feet off the ground, on top of the fucking.
And I think the whole
two-story.
time we were over in Ventura, it didn't rain. It was just dark, like cloudy. Like when there was a storm, you could see it out in the ocean, but it never came up to the shore, and it would just be dark, and the waves would be real heavy, and you'd see everyone out there with surfboards and boogie boards. Yeah, like that. That was rainy. That was storm
their
season.
rainy season.
When
And
we showed it to the rest of the class, Jesus.
Ventura Beach. And the whole time we were out there, I
I
think
hate
the
the
temp
ocean.
on Ventura Beach,
Scary.
Not a big fan.
I think the whole
Really?
time we were out there, the highest the temperature got was 70. And we were out there in August, mid-August.
See, I like it here.
So I love the water and everything, right? I wouldn't go past to where my knees or my waist would.
Dude, I'm out there like diving under the waves. Like at one point, I came up to get air, and I go just in time for the wave to roll me all the way back up to the beach.
Nice.
See, one of
I was
my
like-
earliest memories is I was probably like 2 or 3 years old when we went to the beach. And like I got hit by a huge wave and I swallowed a bunch of fucking ocean water.
Oh,
and
that
that's
shit's
all
so
I can
nasty
think of.
too. Yeah,
Oh.
Every
No,
time I
that
think
is
about
my
the ocean,
least-
it's like that.
that's my
Just-
least
just
favorite
It's so
memory.
polluted and dead fish. And
But
fish
my,
eat.
like, the only biggest fear that I had while we were there at the ocean, like, where we were swimming, not even 20 feet away from us, out further, like, there was just seals and, like,
Yeah.
other shit, and I was like,
You could see seals and fins and everything swimming around out there.
I was
It's
like, nope.
No, see, because for me, like, I'd walk out to the beach and be like, yeah, those are sharks.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Like, there was one point when we first pulled up to Ventura that where we parked, there was like 10 fucking seals just lined up on the beach. And then we like went down there and set up the tent and everything, and they went back in the water and they just kept swimming back up and down. And I was like, They
Hey.
bite. No.
The worst one was the fucking birds. The motherfuckers would come up while you're
Those
sitting
fuckers
there.
from Nemo.
You'd fucking be sitting there and like they'd come up, grab your bag of bread and start running off with it. Like, motherfucker, give me that. Set it back down. It's for my sandwich later, bitch. I'll eat you
Well,
instead.
that and then you've got the jellyfish that you can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, well,
Or
okay,
even when
so
they die and they like wash ashore, or like
Yeah.
whales.
so
when
Yeah.
the way
whale gets beached.
the way Ventura handles that is there's two guys that always are walking up and down the beach.
There's only
and
two though.
Yeah.
what they do is they start on opposite ends and they have a rake and they just drag it behind them, and it rakes it to the edges, and you don't have to worry about jellyfish and shit that way.
There are a lot of flaws in that.
Yeah, but it helps with the jellyfish. You don't have to really worry about them.
Does it though?
Yeah, because we didn't see any. We spent like 8.5 hours out there.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of
Right.
absence.
No, like I said, we did see fins and stuff, but like the way my dad was saying is that usually they're dolphins, and they will come up to the shallow end, and they'll sit there and wait for you.
See, yeah, no. If I see a fin moving towards me, I'm gone.
I'm gonna think it's a shark too.
Like,
but,
I would find a way to walk on
but
water just to
apparently,
get
like,
the fuck out of there.
with how packed the beach was, they saw the fucking same thing we did. And they saw the fins, and they're all just over there, like, waiting for them to come up there, and you'd see them start petting the dolphin, and then it would take off back in the water, and I'm just like...
Finn comes over, and fucking Karen's out there. Oh, a dolphin! She's missing a leg. Be like, yeah, look at the draw, I guess.
No.
Punch the shark. No, I can't hurt it.
Right.
It's got your leg. It's okay. It's going to kill you.
I'll just ask for the manager.
The only,
Shark, let me speak to your manager.
You're right.
the only reason
Bye,
why
Karen.
the dolphins always stayed that close to the beach is because at some points there are people who are dumb enough to go farther out and they get swept under.
Yeah.
And so
And the
once they
dolphins will-
panic underwater and start screaming, they'll come up under you and they'll bring you back to where you
Yep.
can touch.
The dolphins would do
Yes.
that? Wow.
There's
See-
signs all over the beach that say, like,
If
they're like,
you feel
"Don't
like you're gonna
hit-"
drown or something, like panic underwater and they're
Yeah,
they're
there's signs
faster than a
everywhere.
Wait,
I
isn't
saw-
there a thing where you're not supposed to move around
Yeah.
a lot because it attracts
Yeah.
sharks?
Yeah, you're not
Well,
supposed
that's
to.
a
Yeah, you know, 50-50
That's actually
I'm gonna
The first time
drown
I
you.
say, the first time I hear a sign say panic.
well.
Right.
Another thing is
If you
if
can read this, you should be panicking.
right.
if you're lost out in the ocean and like if you're on like your boogie board or something and you have like a pack of dolphins just swimming around you, they're actually protecting you because that means there's sharks out on the outside of the
Yeah,
dolphin.
that's still not
yeah,
cool.
not helping.
Yeah.
Not helping.
I see a pack of dolphins now, I'm gonna be like, oh crap, there's a shark
Right.
around us.
Right? Because it's one of those things. It's like, oh, that's cool. There's dolphins that are protecting us from sharks. Oh no.
Exactly.
I've seen Jaws.
Exactly.
The movie?
Yeah.
I've seen the Meg.
Oh, like I've actually seen sharks.
I do not want to die from the Meg.
Yeah.
My whole thing with, like, the beach is, like, it's
The movie?
smart ass. I'll go out and I'll get to the point where I can actually go under the water. But I can still stand up if I have to. And then I know at that point I'm not really worried about the rollback from the tide because if it hits me and rolls me back, I still have enough room to stand up to breathe. But
Well, at least you have that base covered.
but at the same
Have you ever tried running in like hip
Yeah,
high
right.
water though?
Oh, I've tried running in high water. It doesn't work. But as long as I
Mind it
can,
with your legs.
as long as you can go up for the air, I mean, I'm fine. And I'm not afraid of the ocean like a couple people I know.
Oh no, dude.
Oh, I'm not
Oh,
afraid
fuck the
of it.
ocean.
I am not scared to say that I will not walk out past my knees
See,
or
I'm
my
not,
waist
I'm not afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid of what lives
in the ocean. But
If I can't see it coming towards me, and even in some instances I can, I don't want to fuck with that shit.
Dude, there's something in the ocean that kills like whales.
Yeah.
You know, there's like
There's
colossal
something
squids
bigger.
that fucking fight
Oh,
whales.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, no.
And
What
then
the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, and then you have the megalodon.
Where are the dolphins when you need them?
Right, and then you have the megalodon. which
Dolphins
is
ain't
the-
gonna help you with
yeah,
that. They're gonna see those tentacles and be like, sorry, buddy,
Yeah, yeah.
you're out.
Yeah, and then you have the megalodon, which is the size of a sub, and it's like, I can't do shit to something that big.
But you might not die if it eats you. You're just gonna swallow it
Oh,
whole.
totally,
You
yeah.
just live in a fucking
Just
in a
live in
vibrate-
the
Right?
stomach.
Fucking Moby Dick that shit. Fucking build a little camp and
Oh, mister, that sounded dirty.
See, yeah, in my opinion of the ocean is if I'm gonna go out there and get deep in the water and I die, well, I guess it was my time.
I think the best thing that happened while we were at the beach was him and his dad were trying to
Boogie board.
boogie board and ride the waves. His dad made it back to shore. He was trying to come back up to the shore, and each time he tried to step over the wave, another wave would come up and it would drag his ass back in the water. And he
It's like the ocean's telling you on purpose, you know, you shouldn't be in
Right.
here.
right, and that's the other thing. It's like if you're going and the water's like, nah, bitch, you're
Come
coming
here.
back. Like that right there alone is just
a red flag.
that's a no-no zone for me.
But another thing, like a lot of people don't know like those specific things about dolphins. Like they think that dolphins are like out there to kill you, and people.
Dolphins
There-
are the friendliest fucking
There are
animals
people
on the planet.
who think that dolphins will bite you and everything else, but honestly,
yeah, and they're blonde and
I'm
named
sure
Karen.
one.
But haven't you ever
has
seen
been-
those videos where like dolphins rape people?
Yes, and that is not okay.
but dolphins.
Considering dolphins are considered to be smarter than humans.
Yes.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're like, yo, mine, bitch.
Yeah, dolphins are supposedly have better.
There's the easy way or the hard
intelligence
way.
than
Right, and it's like
humans.
you can yell rape underwater, but nobody's gonna hear you.
Yeah, I'll yell surprise.
Right? That one guy
Starts
that turns
panicking
it.
a whole fucking thing.
Right. And then there's that one random weird guy that decides, you know what, if you're gonna rape me, I'm gonna rape you.
Dolphin's like, I'm in air.
Right.
Not in my blowhole.
God damn it! Cut.
There,
Action.
there's the discount humor.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, I should have said something when he said that. The name of your sex tape.
Hmm?
Not
name of
my
your sex
blowhole. The name of your sex tape.
There you go.
What are we at?
Almost 12:30.
Yeah, but the ocean, I mean, yeah, so like she said, I got drugged back a few times, but at the same time, I was like, well, I've got the boogie board completely attached to me, so every time I get drugged back, the boogie board would go up, so I would go up with it. Well,
I don't see how you can see that like so
Yeah.
nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah, of
didn't-
course I got drugged
I
back a
didn't
couple
panic.
times.
Okay, I will tell you this, the first time I ever went to the ocean, the first time I ever went to Ventura Beach, I got drugged out, and I panicked like a motherfucker. And then realized really fucking quickly that panicking is making me sink a lot faster.
Well, it's like whenever I was a lifeguard for Schlitterbahn, like the first thing they teach you is if you go to save somebody and they panic, hit them. Knock their ass out. Like that is exactly what they tell you. If somebody's panicking, like they're gonna drag you under, hit them.
I don't know how I feel about that policy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there are some people who like go in like the wave
And they'll
pool and
take-
shit, and then you go to save them, and then they use your body and
Take you
pull
down.
you down so they can come up, and you're like,
That's why they
bitch.
tell you that.
Yeah, hit him.
See,
Like,
but I'm all that's like a water park. If you're gonna panic like that, don't go to a fucking water park.
Well,
Yeah.
that and the deepest the water goes is 7 feet. That's it. If you're gonna go down, you're only gonna go down maybe half a foot. If you're 6 foot, you know. If you're 5 foot, my height, you're gonna go down about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. That'll kill you. But if you're 6 foot,
You can drown in 6 inches of water. Too.
Yeah.
yeah.
so
My whole,
right there, your argument's invalid.
my whole thing was, like, the first time I ever went to Ventura, I was 17. And yeah, I got pulled under. And I got yanked really far out. And
He finally gets back up. He's in fucking Canada. Like, wait, what?
I got yanked pretty far,
You
like,
need
to the
help, babe?
point.
Right?
Well, no, when I started, I was at waist high. And
It looks like you got lost, eh? Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm not your bud, pal. But yeah, so I looked up, like, where I was at waist high, I could see everyone clearly. By the time I got back up from being yanked back out, they looked like tiny little specks.
Oh my god, that would freak me out. Like I would.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no, so I
You're-
panicked. I was
If you're
panicking.
trying
right?
to sell the beach right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm saying,
You were
I'm saying in
failing.
all truthfulness, the first time that ever happened to me, I panicked. But then
Seems like
I suddenly realized, like, I'm panicking underwater, and now I can't gain, like, control of my own body now that because once you get to a certain point away from the shore, the waves are very calm,
Yeah.
and they're not pulling you anymore.
Yeah, that's about the time you're drowning.
Well, that's once you pass like the
Yeah, once you pass the dip,
the shelf.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the shelf. And I was still panicking past that point, and then I realized, okay, well, I'm not being pulled back anymore. I was like, hold on, took a breath, calmed down, looked around. I was like, all right. I was like, I know I can't go that way, because that's where I keep getting drugged back, because the waves were coming at a fucking angle like this.
You're really bad at this.
It took me a good 45 minutes to swim back to fucking shore
Yeah,
at
see,
that point, because that's how
that's-
far
At that
I
point,
got
my body
drugged
would have
out.
just been like, I'm too tired. I give up.
Oh no. The lake that I lived behind, where I showed you Nick and Patty's old house, that lake, I used to swim all the way across it to the other side every day. So when I was 17, this wasn't a big deal to me. Was shorter distance from between
Yeah, see,
swimming
now-
side to side on the lake.
We're all fat, and we're not in
Oh
shape.
yeah, I know
so-
I'm fat now. I couldn't do that. I would die halfway through. But
Right?
But I
where
did have the
Where
boogie
the
board.
fuck are the dolphins?
I did have the boogie board still at that time too. I took it in the water. That's what I was going to do, is catch one of the waves out in the middle, right before the shelf ended, and I got drugged under and back.
Would you rather fight a shark in the ocean or a lion on?
Oh, shark in the ocean. Fuck
Really?
that shit. I'm not fighting a goddamn lion.
I'd rather fight a lion.
No,
Right
no.
on the ground, right? Like
Yeah,
at least
but-
you have some.
Yeah, because at least then I can see it coming towards me. Like, I know I'm fucked. If I'm in the water, this motherfucker's under me. I don't know what's coming.
That's the point.
Speaking
I
of,
don't rather.
would you rather? What was that question that came up the other day?
Okay,
You guys
ladies and
God
gentlemen.
damn it.
To all of our discount viewers, we had a great question come on when we were playing Warframe.
I like how he
If
says
you-
that like a radio announcer.
Yeah. So,
Sunday.
Right?
your girlfriend
Or boyfriend.
or boyfriend. Okay, so in your instance,
Yeah.
But
your boyfriend and dad's switched bodies. You had to fuck one of them. Your father and your boyfriend switched bodies. You had to fuck one of their
Freaky
bodies.
Friday,
You had
Yeah.
to fuck one of the bodies in order to change them back. Which one are you picking?
yeah. Well, that's what I was bringing up. Like, can I knock him out?
So neither one of them would know.
okay, but which one would you not have?
I would. I don't think
Vinny
that's-
goes, or sorry.
No.
Not Vinny. Yeah.
Mm.
Hayden was like, no.
But the best thing, while he's still thinking about that happened after he finally came back up from being swept out, is the boogie board was still attached to him, and he was trying to pull like his pants back up because he
That
didn't
was
know
my biggest problem. Is the pants that I was wearing.
Fat guy problems.
They were a little bit. They
Too
were a
big.
little bit too big, and when I came up, my pants kept falling back down.
And so what made me laugh the most was he was like, I really have to go to that shower over there. This sand between my balls sucks so bad. And I was
That
embarrassed
is-
because there was a family taking family photos not even 10 feet away from us. And I was like, do you
Oh,
have
look
to...
at that! That was my last fuck.
They have some picture of Bash.
Right. Just in the background.
Oh.
So Hayden says he's got a better question for us. What's up?
Oh.
And he said everyone can never get be uncomfortable.
Well, it was funny because when he said that, like, the little girl, like, she just... The look she had on her face, I knew she
Daddy,
had
what's
so
up,
many
Paul?
questions.
Right.
I was like, oh my god.
Well, it's like, what is it? At the end of Teen Titans Go?
Yes.
Hello?
What?
I'm on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Of course you're on speakerphone.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, you're hiking in the Himalayas, right?
I already don't like this.
Okay.
What?
So, you're climbing the mountain, but there's an avalanche, and you get completely covered in. Now, on one side is your arm trapped inside the ice, and in that same one, there's a knife. And also, for some reason, your dick's out and stuck in the wall.
So this doesn't apply to you.
And behind you is a horny silverback gorilla.
Like, you ain't taking no silverback.
Now, if you can get free, there is a helicopter circling around, but you have to drop the knife because you gotta pull your arm out to wave down the chopper. But during that entire 3-hour stint that they get the rescue team to you, they're gonna be televising that live gorilla butt fucking. Do you cut your dick off and escape, or do you take 3 hours of gorilla butt loving?
Huh.
I like go with a knife and I throw myself down the mountain. Fuck it.
I don't know. Have you seen the package? Losing
So-
your dick
Yeah.
so pretty dramatic.
So basically, your dick is stuck in the ice. You have a
Why
knife
don't you
in
fuck
one
in the
hand.
mountain, Hayden?
Yeah.
You have a knife in one hand that you could cut your dick off and run free, or keep your dick and get butt fucked by a gorilla.
For 3 hours while
3 hours.
national
And
TV
The
televised.
gorilla absolutely wants to butt fuck me.
In this scenario,
Is
yep,
it foreplay?
it's got a red rocket going real hard. Basically, it's going.
I'm sure it can throw that shit back on. We have plenty of ice around, right?
Well,
That makes
even
sense.
if you cut your dick off, there's all these prosthetics now that you can just basically go get a new one.
It's Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
The
right?
extended-
What is it? Bigger, longer, and uncut?
Yeah.
In this theoretical situation, this is your only dick.
Throw myself off a mountain. Fuck it.
I don't know, man. I think I would. I'd probably still go and chop it off. I don't think I want to be penetrated by.
by a silverback
Yeah.
grill.
Basically the fisting.
Is there lube, like at least? Or?
Your own
Well,
spit
it depends
before
if
it
you
goes
carry it
in, I
around.
guess.
Yeah, I like either way. That's a no. Either way, that's a no.
Well,
But wouldn't you bleed out cutting your own dick off before the helicopter could even get there?
Not necessarily if it's
no,
out
because I mean,
cold.
you're in a cold place. It's gonna help
Cool, I
clot the
think.
blood.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh, go, you gotta play. You can't say no.
Oh, the fuck I can.
Tell that to the silverback.
In that instance, I will cut my dick off and commit suicide right there.
So
Okay, so why can't I take the knife and stab the silverback when it gets close enough?
Because it's stuck inside of the.
Then
how do you
it's,
cut
it's
it?
stuck inside that cave with your arm.
Then how would you cut your dick off?
Because your dick is also on that side.
Oh, fuck.
It's like,
But then oh, okay, so in order to get your arm out, you have to be able to basically do that with your hand to get
Yeah.
the thing out, so you have to let go of the knife. But
Yeah,
you can
I'd
reach your
rather
dick to
drop
cut
the
it
knife
off.
and flag it down.
My mind just went.
it's because you don't have a dick.
I know, it's just
Yeah.
not like,
At this point, yeah, I'd probably just have to take the whole cutting my dick off and running away.
yeah, I'm going
I
to
thought
cut
he
my
was
dick off.
gonna say. I thought I was just gonna
I mean,
take the acid
as sad-
for 3 hours.
You wouldn't have a choice.
That's funny though. That's what she assumed he would go with.
Yeah, right.
No, because I can't get rid of that mental trauma. I can get over the fact I cut my dick off, you know, especially if they eventually replace it or I can get it
Like
back
your
out of the
insides will
eyes.
be all like torn up, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You'll probably bleed.
And the first time you go and take a shit after that, it just goes, "Bleh."
Like pancakes.
Or you get a bunch of white goo coming back out.
Oh. Oh.
See?
Christ.
It's television.
He found a way to make that more uncomfortable.
Right? No shit.
Oh, come on. Hayden already knew I'd probably find a way to make that even more uncomfortable.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, I would just have to say, fuck it, cut the dick, run. I mean, I can live with the I think I would be able to live with the mental trauma if I just cut my own dick off to survive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Enjoy 3 hours of gorilla butt on it.
Because I'm the one that did it. Now, if something else cut my dick off, I might just be pissed off. But
Yeah.
I did it, and then, like,
Somebody still has to go back and get the dick though. If it throws it in ice, I'm just saying.
trick the motherfucking gorilla.
I got a prosthetic.
And with that, I shall leave you. Chaos has been sown.
Yay, good way to end the episode, right?
I don't. I still
Alright,
think, I
and
still
we'll be
think
on
the
it a
other
little bit.
question is worse.
Oh yeah.
Because like we're playing Warframe and that comes across the world chat and all of us are just like,
What the fuck? Yeah.
break up. Let's break up.
But see, the way Cameron overwrote it is, it
So
doesn't
then your
say...
boyfriend steal your dad.
It says your mom, but what if you don't have a mom, but you have a stepmom?
or no, she made it worse.
What?
She was like, okay, what if your girlfriend is pregnant with your child?
No, I did that. I'm the one
Oh,
that said that.
well, either way. What if your girlfriend is pregnant with your child? Like, then which one? And it's like that.
Then it has
that-
dimples. Oh.
then it doesn't help, like at all.
I was like, what? No, because Hayden said, or no, I think it was Cameron that said, I wouldn't do it. I'd just leave them the way they are. I said, but what if your girlfriend's already pregnant with your child? That means your mom's technically giving birth to your kid.
See, like that just convolutes everything so much worse.
Now you put that mental image in your head. Would you rather have my mother have your child?
No, it'd be his mom.
It'd be my mom, and no.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, just any way you look at that question, it's not good.
This is no win.
Yeah.
Gross.
I'd be like, fuck it, I'm disappearing from the face of the map. It's just, I'm outies.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight.
We shall see you on Tuesday.
Yep. Until then, I'm Iron Business on one.
Moira Smith.
Mr. Blue, no damn me. And also, fun game for you guys. How many times did Bash say the word dropped in this episode?
I'm so curious on why we're suddenly doing this. Drop what?
7.
Right? The whole time he's just under the table doing this.
He's got that clicker.
Yeah,
Click.
right?
Did you notice that too, though?
Yeah, yeah.
That I say dropped a lot.
It,
What is
like,
it?
like,
Drop, droppity, drop.
No, it's
What
like,
were you using
like,
last time?
what was it? Mike the other day was Gangsters.
Oh, when he was trying to explain why The Godfather was better
was better
than
than any other movie.
Dude, I think
Yeah.
he said gangster like 25 times
Yeah.
in one sentence, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a run-on sentence, dude.
I think my grandmother has you beat. Like if you ever listen
She
to
uses
me,
the word gangster more.
no.
Oh,
If you actually listen to me on a phone call with her, I've literally counted in a 30-minute time span. She'll say the word yeah. She has said the word yeah over 130 times in 30 minutes. I was like, is that the only word you know how to say?
Yeah.
Are you like?
Well, I mean,
Are
it's
you
like,
okay? Yeah.
It's like when I talk to you, all I ever get is okay.
Because
Woman, find another word.
Because when you message me, it's
Alright.
like, well, we have to get this. Also, this needs to be added to the car. Also, this, and all I can say is, okay, like, okay, you're
Did
gonna
they
fucking
destroy
buy
your
it.
wordy word books? Oh, you mean dictionaries?
The sources exist.
Yeah.
You can
Jesus.
change it up. All right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Bitch Hedberg has that joke that his friends are tired of him saying the word totally all the time. So he had to change it to all encompassingly.
But guys, this has been Discount Gaming. Like Chaotic said, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until then, take care of each other, help each other, love one another.
Oh, you didn't.
Wait, me? Oh, be good humans. Right?
We'll see you on
Question
Tuesday.
mark?
Cheesecake.